Welcome to this video where I talk about sales and why it's the lifeblood of your entire business. No matter how good your product or service, if there's no selling, there is no business. So if you get good at sales, sit back because the rest will follow. Without further ado, let's go. Okay, so in the last video, I talked about how sales can give you personal growth and better lifestyle, better relationships. So if you haven't seen that video, go watch it. But I'm going to go through some tips here on how and why sales is the lifeblood of your business. And if you don't have sales, you don't have a business. So let's go into the first point, which is simply what I just said. Sales equal survival. So I've seen this many a time where an entrepreneur comes in and they're really good at building a vision. They're very good at building, but they suck at selling. What if I told you an inferior product that lacks vision with a really good sales team is better than a good product, a superior product rather, that has a really sales team? Yeah, that's how important sales is. Now, if you have both, then you have a thriving business. So sales simply equals survival. Next point number 2. Sales also shows proof that your product works. Man, you spent all this time creating a business, okay? And you have no idea if it works or not. If people buy it, if people buy your product or service, you know what? You have proof that all that work of building is now paying off. You have proof that this works. So it's going to give you proof right away, but without sales, you don't get the proof. And what does an entrepreneur keep doing? They keep building. Oh, let's make that better. Let's tweak this. Let's tweak that. Oh, I think we should go here and we should go there. Dude, it doesn't matter because you're about to run out of money. Sell what you got. Or forget about it and move on. Don't hold on to something that's broken. Point number 3, sales helps you build trust. When you get really good at sales in your business, what you're really doing is you're building relationships. You're building and extending wonderful relationships for repeat and referral business. Any business has this. In real estate sales, for example, is what I do. Man, yeah, you can sell one transaction, but the point is when you do a transaction with your client, you want to make sure you give them the wow experience, build a referral program, build a repeat program, throw events, have a community. So now you build trust and now you get their business forever, but they also become your walking billboard. They tell other people about you. They become your raving fans. If you're good at sales, you're going to build trust. It's going to point 4. Sales is your fuel for growth, explosive growth. Because if you have a good sales team mixed with a good product or service and you're doing it diligently, guess what's going to happen? Your massive action is going to result to explosive growth. That's what sales can do for you. It can activate, put things on steroids. You know what I'm saying? A good sales team it's the lifeline of your business. They can take people from point A to point B. They can sell your product. They can sell your service. They're awesome. Without sales, you have no business. Point 5. You can lead by selling. So if you're a business owner, if you're an entrepreneur, one of the things that you have to understand is that you cannot do this alone. You have to get people to buy into your vision. Those people that buy into your vision is now your team. It's your squad. So you have to become good at leading by selling. You have to sell what's in your head. You have to sell your passion, your belief, your vision, your mission to your team so they are there with you. They are ready to fight with you. They go to war, they go to battle, they go onto the field with you. So if you want to be a good leader, you got to be good at sales. And you got to be good at selling. You got to be good at selling yourself, your product, your vision. Sales is the lifeblood of your business. Are you starting to catch the point? Let's go to the next one. Number 6. No sales, no future. Okay, let me explain. Because point 1 was no sales, no survival, no business. Sometimes people come out guns a-blazing because they're passionate, they have optimism, so they get really good at sales. But I'm talking about when you hit that plateau. You know what I'm saying? Like a vacation is coming up. It's a beach vacation. So you go on keto, you cut your carbs, you up your cardio, you start lifting, you start doing whatever because you want to look good in your swim gear on the beach, especially if you're going with other people. But then you do it. But then you come back and you start eating Doritos and Twinkies. Do Twinkies even exist anymore? I don't know. But you get what I'm saying. Start drinking Coke. Now, you just ballooned up again because vacation's over. So sometimes that happens in your business. You know what I'm saying? You have a really good year, a good quarter, and then you slack off. Well, that's why the point above was lead by selling. You got to tell your sales team to step up. Or if you are the sales team, you got to step up. But no sales, no future is this point. Meaning you have to continuously do sales, right? Now, if you do sales correctly, over time your sales can get easier because of repeat and referral business that we talked about. However, you have to continuously do it and motivate yourself to do it all the time. You cannot stop. Point number 7, sales actually shapes your strategy because in business you need strategy and your sales is your data input. You go out there, you glorify and you sell your product or service. Your sales team will let you know what the objections and the holdups are for people buying what you're selling. Those are your data points. Now you can take those data points and now you can strategize in your business to make it better. A lot of individuals, a lot of entrepreneurs, they will over strategize, undersell, and they don't get the data points. They're making the data points up in their head. Hey, what if I made this better? What if I took that away? What if I adjusted that? You don't know because the marketplace hasn't told you what they want. So you're better going out with version 1, trying to sell it, get data points and make it better. For an example. Now you want to do that in a small group and not mass market until your product is perfected, because going out mass marketing on a product that is not good is called a failed business. That's a different story for a different day. We can make a video on that. If you give me a like, if you subscribe, you'll get all my videos. So understanding that sales shapes your strategy is very important. Point number 8, Sales also unlocks opportunities. Now, you started as nothing. You created a business, or you entered a business. You understand from all the other points above that sales is very important. So you started rocking and rolling and selling. And you know what you started doing? You started making money. And when you started making money, you started having fun. You started getting attention. You know what money likes? Fun and attention. So now you're making more money. And now you're making noise. Now you might be doing stuff where people are talking about you. Or you might be talking about yourself because you're a smart business person and you're on all social media. You're advertising. You're doing things. You're making noise. You know what that does? It unlocks opportunities. People are watching and they are attracted to success. Sales will get you success if your business is worth the success it was going to get. Or sales will let you know right away your business is not worth the success. Start another business. Rewind that. There's gold in what I just said there. But let's say you do hit success like we talked about. Now, because other people are attracted to success and are watching, it's going to unlock other opportunities. For me, for example, I started off as a real estate sales agent. I wanted to build capital. I started rocking and rolling that. As I started rocking and rolling that, I started understanding real estate, opened up other opportunities. So I invested in a bunch of real estate. See what I'm saying? As I invested in real estate, I started upping my game and getting bigger properties, even developing properties. It all started with sales. It started unlocking opportunities. Then other realtors started asking me, how did you get at sales? So then I unlocked a coaching opportunity where I can help them. Now we built a massive organization in our sales team. Multiple hundreds of people in our sales team. You know what they need? Media. They need lawyers. They need mortgage brokers. They need construction. You know what I did? I opened those things. So let's go. And now I'm making money in multiple businesses. Why? Because I got good as a realtor. Then I started unlocking all this opportunity. That's why when you're good, and I wouldn't be a good realtor if I wasn't good at sales. Point number 8 is everything. Really watch this again. And if you like it, let me know in the comments. It unlocks opportunities. See, you don't know where you're going, but if you get good at where you want to go, things open up. Athletes, same thing. Unlock your opportunity by perfecting your craft. Jeez. Point number 9. Sales equals confidence. When you know you have the gift, when you know you worked on your craft, when you know you can sell, and there's a right way of selling. So if you haven't watched my video about selling and personal development, you should watch that. Because when I'm saying this stuff with swag, you might not get what it really is. Selling is not convincing. Selling is not winning. Watch that video, you'll understand. Point is, when you get good at what you sought off to do, you get confidence. Anything in life. Anything in life. Riding a bike. Learning how to swim. Playing a sport. Man, in the beginning, you're scared. Then when you get good, you're like, yo, let me jump off the dive board. Let me start doing some papa wheelies. You know what I'm saying? get good, you get confident. And you know what happens when your business thrives through sales? You get confident. You want to do other things. You become a better person. You become a more powerful leader. And now you're impacting other people's lives because you set off to do what you wanted to do. Other people want to do the same. And they're like, damn, how'd you do that? And now you're leading by contribution. You're leaving a legacy. This is powerful stuff, man. There's nothing left to do but just do it. Let's go. If you need help, I got you. Let me know in the comments. If you need a video, if you're struggling for something, let me know in the comments and I'll make the video for you. Man, I should not be where I am. But it's because I learned sales and other opportunities open. I'm telling you, it's life-changing. Sales equals confidence. And then the last point, 10, is persistence wins. Persistence simply wins. And most people quit too early. Okay? So most entrepreneurs start off like this. They start off with what I call optimism, entrepreneurial optimism. They have this idea. It actually happens every January 1st when somebody has a New Year's resolution. I'm going to quit smoking. January 21st, you know what I'm saying? Just one more. Or I only smoke when I drink. So now you're drinking in the morning because you can have your morning butt. You know what I'm saying? Or vape. So entrepreneurial is the same thing. You start off January 1st. I'm going to do this business. I always want to do it. I'm going to go do it. Then what happens is the process kicks in. After some time, you start realizing, okay, if I want this result, I have to change my habits. If I change my habits, only then will my business thrive. And then reality starts setting in. So your optimism starts going down. And when your optimism starts going down, you reach a point of reality. Reality check, I call it. Your business, your goal takes work. And then after that, most people crash and burn. And they start the whole process again, the shiny new object syndrome, right? Oh, I'm not going to do this business. I'm going to do that business. Because Mark from my spin class actually crushes this business. Maybe I was just in the wrong business. So you start that business again and you go through optimism. Then reality hits. You follow the same process. You eventually crash. And then you start that again. People are living over and over the same few month cycle. Optimism crash. I'm going to give you another choice. One where persistence wins. So let's go through the same cycle real quick. Start a business, optimism. Then the process kicks in and you're like, oh my God, I don't know if I can do it. Reality check kicks in. So instead of crashing and burning and starting all over, why don't you try just persistently doing it? Understand that the repetition is the mother of all skill. Understand if you do it persistently and consistently over time, and patience is a virtue, let's try that. Let's try it. And you know what's going to happen here? WIN. You're going to win. You're going to hit your optimal outcome because you're going to learn the skill that most people don't have. The skill of persistence and consistency, understanding the repetition, the same behavior over and over again for a long enough period of time equals a win, equals your desired outcome. Because what happens is the universe starts working for you at some point, because in between that time of patience and winning, you will hit some luck as well. Give it enough time. I've covered 10 points here where you can understand that sales is the lifeblood of your business. With it, you're going to win, and without it, you don't stand a chance. The best product doesn't matter if you don't have the right sales skills. Hopefully you're enjoying that video. Give me some love. Give me some likes. Subscribe if you did. We'll see you on the next one.